So the struggles in your pain. What do you think about that?
Okay, I'd like to relate it to the Bible, Genesis 36, 16 to 20. Let's read it so that you can understand it.
And the journey from Bethel, and there was but a very little way to come to Ephrath, and Rachel travailed, and she had labor. And it came to pass when she was in hard labor that the midwife said unto her, Fear not, and thou shalt have the son also. And it came to pass as her soul was departing, and she called his name Benoni, but his father called him Benjamin.
Do you know what I'm realizing from this? She had faith through this pain, though. Where they told her to not be afraid.
Yeah.
That she will actually give birth to the child. So she was scared that she wouldn't.
Yeah.
But through the pain, she still needs the child.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rachel died and was buried on the way to Euphrates, that's in Bethlehem. And Jacob set a pillar on her grave, which is the pillar of Rachel's grave to this day. So what do you think of this?
Relating to pain.
Yes. So, okay, you can use this story now to talk about pain.
Yeah. Well, because the woman was in pain. She had labor. I mean, labor is painful, but the Bible has described this one as hard labor. So that could tell how extreme it was. And then, out of that pain, she named her son Benoni.
Okay, let me just tell you what I got from this and relate it to real life pain. Right? It's just showing me that the bigger the pain, the bigger the purpose.
Yeah.
Right? So if sometimes God's blessing can come masked as pain.
Yeah.
You get, here he said she died on her way to Bethlehem where she was giving birth to her child.
Yeah.
She named him after his pain, after her pain. So you can choose what you want to name your pain. Pain can develop your character. Pain can change you. Pain will definitely change you. You don't go into pain and come out the same way, you know? And sometimes God can allow you go through pain because of purpose. Here, she died in Bethlehem. This same Bethlehem, Jesus was born. This same Bethlehem, David came out of Bethlehem. A lot of great people came out of Bethlehem that fulfilled purpose. So sometimes he can push you in the direction of pain because he wants to grow you through that process. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Now that we know that God uses pain to grow us, that pain is a whole process, is part of life, you know, what will you tell people that go through pain, have gone through the worst, you know, and are struggling to come out and look at things from another point of view? Look on the bright side. Look at it like God is taking them through that process. Or you tell someone like that?
You know, in the process of coming out from pain, you feel anger, you feel bitterness.
Exactly.
So, why are you feeling the bitterness or the anger? It's still the process. Because you don't expect them to feel that way. While you're trying to come out, you're going to feel every kind of emotion, every bad emotion. You know, the pain, the anger, the bitterness. Grudges, sometimes you could get to that point. But trust me, you don't come out the same.
Yes.
And the consciousness of looking out the blessing in that pain makes you come out a better person.
Yeah.
The consciousness of counting your blessings in the pain.
Yeah.
The lesson in the pain. What did you learn from this pain? So that's a bad experience. What was your lesson in it?
What's her husband's name again? Just like her husband, he just lost his wife.
But he didn't name his son out of the pain.
Exactly. And he could have killed the child or blamed the child forever.
Yes.
But he had the capacity to understand that this was just a process. He had the capacity. You know, God usually doesn't allow, he gives us pain according to what we can handle.
Yeah.
You might be thinking the pain is so, you know, just very wrong.
Apart from this Rachel, even in real life today, there are people that name their kids out of their pain.
Yes.
I've seen somebody bear a name and that name was so good. Like the meaning of the name meant my pain. Yes. That's what the woman named her son. So this woman, she didn't do anything different from what other people would do, you know. But there was another man in the picture. This man worked 14 years to get her. He would have worked 7, but he was deceived So it was so painful for him to lose that woman. That woman he so worked 14 years for, to lose her like that. I mean, not in that form, but she gave him a son, and he decided not to focus on the fact that he lost her.
Exactly. So instead of you to focus on what has died, think about what you can birth from your pain. Look at the story of Hannah now, when she was barren. She was barren for years. People said a lot of things about her. They mocked her. But she did not forget that. She had God. She always went back to God. But she was using emotions to talk to God.
Yeah.
And if you notice, throughout the period when she was going to God, anytime she was starting to go to God, God was developing her character. So the pain the pain changed her, that she had to change her prayer point.
I'm telling you, you have to make a vow. If you give me this thing, I'll give it back to you. So God not even asking for money though. God is not putting it in their hand because they have not grown themselves enough to have the capacity to handle it. So God knows if He gives them, this one will leave church. If I give you this thing, you're going to go away from me. So He would grow you to the point where, like, if He gives you, you'll come back. Yes, you will stay there. You will still stay in your place of prayer. Maybe He was growing, what's it called? A prayerful lifestyle, a prayer woman. Because if you're going to birth a prophet,
you have to be prayerful.
Yes,
that was what happened to.
Yeah, it was.
That's also what happened to her.
Mother of a prophet. Yes, not just any son, and she wasn't aware of that.
And you know what God would do? Anytime He wants to call you to purpose, He usually strips you off of everything.
Yeah,
He makes people leave you. People will turn against you. People will say things about you to be painful.
You're going to just see Him as the only person.
That's it. When you're vulnerable, God is close to you. All He wants is for you to just give everything to Him and tell Him that, look, I'm ready to listen to you. I'm ready to obey you. Just help me. And He will take you through the process. He will develop you and you will come out better.
That's true though.
Yeah.
No matter the kind of pain.
Exactly.
He's always there. He's even trying to use the pain to
bring you closer.
Come to me. Don't worry. I know you're in that pain. I want to help you. He wants, maybe you've even forgotten the fact that He exists.
Yeah.
Or maybe you know, but you're not intentional about your relationship with Him. So when you're in that pain, you will come back. He says, I can't do this one alone.
Yes.
I don't have any strength of my own. Help me. That's when you now find favor. Because He will look at you with His eyes of mercy. So, I mean, He was merciful unto her. And she had to promise Him that, if you give me a son, I'll give you a prophet. So He gave her a son, waiting for her. So for that thing she has said, do it. And she did. And we had a prophet that anointed Saul.
Exactly. So
David.
Understand.
So there was a series in her.
Exactly. If you see the pattern of how God works, He won't give you something that you can't handle. That's one. 2, He develops your character through the pain.
Yeah. And it was the purpose.
Exactly. The bigger your pain, just know that your own,
what He's trying to do in that place is massive.
Exactly.
And you definitely have the capacity for it.
Because He knows you can do it.
Yes. Because He brings it to you.
I used to struggle with being confident in myself, believing that I could do things.
Yeah.
And it's ever since God stripped me off of everything and brought me into solitude, that I started understanding that I can do a lot more.
Yeah.
Yes. That fear that I used to hide.
Exactly. Yourself without finding the need to ask for help.
Ask anybody to help.
Yeah.
I saw myself doing things that I didn't know that I could do. Or maybe it was always there.
Yeah.
But
you always had the capacity.
I just felt like I was
not making it.
Yeah.
That's how making it.
And He's always telling me that the day you step out of that shell, I will use you. If you can come out, break out of that timid girl that you are, if you can come out and be confident, then I will use you.
Yeah. So He always have an intention for giving you any pain or for allowing you, because He doesn't give things. He allows you go through it.
Yeah.
He sees it and no, she can handle it. Let her be. It's more like a mother and a child. That child is doing something and then you're allowing the child, don't go to that fire, it keeps going there, you're allowing.
Yeah.
Anybody, come back. Yeah, that's what God does. He allows you. But that's how the strong are now. He can recognize fire.
Yes.
And know that this thing hurts and I can go close to it. Because the mothers allowed them to experience little. The mother will let that fire burn the child. She's cautious. She's watching him. That's what God is doing. He knows when this is too much for you and will pull you out. But you have learned something. You have experienced something that made you a different person. So no matter how little that child is, subconscious mind knows fire. Trust me.
Exactly. So, how would they come out of this? What's the first one?
You have to learn the lesson in the pain before you can come out of it.
Yes.
Because if you have not learned, you will not come out of it. And then the consciousness of knowing that there's a purpose.
Yes. Continuously reminding yourself that God will not let me go through this.
Yeah.
If He doesn't think I can handle it,
Yeah.
and if He doesn't see something about me that
It has the capacity to handle it.
Yeah.
He will let you.
Exactly. Then the third one is understanding that sometimes God puts you through pain because He wants to develop your character.
Yeah.
He usually says things like, "By their fruits you shall know them." He tells me, to God everybody is good,
Yeah.
but nobody's ever too good.
Yeah.
Even the bad people that I have never knew, He will tell me, she has a very good heart. To God everybody is good.
Yeah.
But it does not mean that that person is good and it's supposed to be good for you. You get? So, what else does God do with pain? Yeah, with pain, He wants you to be dependent. He makes you dependent on Him, fully dependent on Him. He puts you through, He puts you through persevering through pain. If you can understand how to persevere through pain, just like Hannah.
And sometimes you become much prayerful.
Exactly.
It grows your prayer life. You would now find the secret place and find it well.
Yes.
You know how to dwell there. You know how to stay there and wait on Him. It teach you confidence in Him. And perseverance, teaching you how to stay.
Yes.
How to know that He's there even in your wilderness season.
Aye.
Like, what's that?
It hits me.
Does she like it?
Because when people say wilderness season, they can't emphasize it enough. Wilderness season, it looks like nothing is happening for you.
It's not something you do without God, actually. You feel so empty, you feel so void, and He needs to fill that void. So that's why you stay there. He brings you, oh yeah, come, stay here. I want to feel you.
And if you notice, if He puts you through your wilderness season, He's just shaping you to who you're supposed to be,
to who He sees you as. And when you come out a better person. You come out the version He saw, the version He created you to be. Yes, that's what you come out as. Yes, your face can make you. Music, go ahead.